Welcome back, Michael Ferrara from Club DSPORT, DSPORT Magazine. Here today doing our DSPORT Live 2020 edition. And right now in front of me, my table is filled with some new products from Boomba Racing. Now, Boomba Racing, if you haven't heard of them before, it's a kind of a unique name out there, Boomba. And you may not know exactly what they make, but they're here in the United States. They make some quality parts doing CNC machining for some solution parts. If you're out there and you're looking for a solution part, check the Boomba Racing website and see if they've got it for you. All you guys out there are running the EcoBoost, the 1.6 liter EcoBoost, and pretty much most of the other EcoBoost engines that are running a 3-bolt style blow-off valve. This is the adapter that can let you go with an aftermarket valve. And new to the lineup, they've had that for a little bit, new to the lineup is the version 2. So if you've got the V6 out there or any of the other applications that have the actual 2-bolt flange, this can adapt and make your life a lot easier. Now, what exactly is a CNC? You know, we use that term, we talk about it all the time, CNC manufacturing, CNC milling. Before we get into the rest of the parts, we got a short video here from Boomba Racing. I'd like to play it and get you guys educated. Well, now as you see, that's what CNC milling is about. You saw they've got some quality Kurt vices there. That's pretty much top-of-the-line vices. 4 of them in there, holding the product and just going crazy with turning 6061 pieces of material into final product. Now, here's a product that might be a solution for some of you guys out there looking for a real compact catch can. I don't think I've seen one smaller than this, but sometimes you can't fit much of anything in there, and here's a solution so that you can have some type of catch can on your breather system. And to empty it out, it's just really simple, screws apart here, and you can actually, let's see, get that apart, there you go. It's a very small volume, just about 200 milliliters it holds there. But the nice thing about it, you don't have to always do that to find out the level. There's an indicator right here. You can unscrew it. It's basically like a dipstick for your catch can. And you can see how high that is with anything that's being caught in your catch can. So a pretty nice thing, and it comes with a universal bracket here that lets you kind of mount it a number of different ways. A lot of mounting solutions. So it's a pretty cool little kit there. If you've got minimal room, you've got a solution there to still get a catch can in the mix. So, moving on, one of the things that Boomba Racing does do a very good job at is making parts for cars that are often neglected. Now, we have a Fiesta ST project that we did a number of years ago, and Boomba Racing was the solution that we needed in order to get a spacer plate that let us put additional injectors in there. It was very similar to what this piece is here, except it allowed us to put 4 additional injectors into our Fiesta ST and run straight E85, make over 360 horsepower to the wheels. They came through, and the parts, we couldn't ask for better quality. Now what we're looking at here is another application that's often not shown a lot of love in the aftermarket, and these are parts for our Kia and Hyundais out there with 1.6 liter turbo engines. This part here is for our 2019 and up Veloster Turbo. This works by going onto the cable system at the transmission, and by installing this and repositioning the pivot point, you can actually reduce the throw about 30%. And it's also weighted, so that extra additional weight, you know, normally when you reduce the throw, you do increase the effort slightly, but with that counterweight in there, it actually gives it a really, really, really nice balance. So that's a good product there. It's about 90 to 100 bucks and can take care of any issues you have in wanting to get that shift feel better. Here's another piece for that vehicle and other 1.6 liters. This is a direct fit blow-off valve. So talk about a compact solution. It's got an O-ring seal here, so you don't have to worry about leakage. You put the signal line right to there, and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about making adapters or this and that. Bolt it on, and now you've got something where you don't have to worry about the factory blow-off valve leaking at higher boost levels. Now this part here it can be installed alone, but it's actually going to give you the most benefit when you install it as a team. I don't actually have the throttle body spacer here, but let me talk about this intake manifold spacer first. This intake manifold spacer is made from 6061 aluminum. It's machined and milled out to be about, looks about 5/8, maybe, yeah, about 5/8 of an inch thick. And that's added to the length of your intake manifold that's going to go on here. Now, what does normally increasing the length of the runner do? That's going to help you get some more additional low-end torque. Now, if you did this modification alone, yeah, you probably pick up some good throttle response and some improvements in the lower RPM range, lower to mid-range. Now, if you want to get that improvement and have improvement on the top, you need to add additional volume to the plenum part of the intake manifold, and that's accomplished by going with an intake manifold spacer. And I think we can pull one up here and show kind of the team of the two parts together. If we can go to that feed, anyone? There we go. It's there we go. All right, so you can see it basically just a 4-bolt spacer that will go in between the throttle body and where it normally mounts on the intake manifold, adding some additional volume in there. Combination of the two parts. They've tested, they've gotten some good gains. I think we're going to do some testing on our own Kia GT and see how close we can get to their gains, and hopefully that'll be part of the system that we're using to make our Kia Forte GT actually out-accelerate a Type R for under $3,500. It's going to be a challenge, but we're going to see, and a quality part like that might be part of the solution. So let's take a look. WRX STI owners out there, we know there's a bunch of you guys out there, and first let's take a look at this billet machined compressor bypass valve, blow-off valve, if you will. It works, has an O-ring seal again, but it works with the factory plumbing, so it recirculates, doesn't cause any drivability issues. Very simple, very elegant, just goes right in there. And also, if you have an STI, this is a short shift solution for you. It's a complete integrated shift lever with modified pivot points, so you have reduced throw, but you're not just putting in some type of kit that makes your factory shifter better. It's actually making a whole new shift lever to put the optimized geometry in there so you get the right feel and the right throw.
For the WRX.
Oh, I'm sorry, this is for the WRX. Sorry about that. And then finally, throttle bodies. If you're looking, if you've got an STI and you're going to be increasing the size of all the plumbing going to the engine, you're going to be upgrading the charge pipes. This is something you might want to consider. Boomba Racing drive-by-wire 75mm throttle, and they made it with a pretty cool feature here. There's actually two different flanges that are removable that you can put on here. If we took this off, you see there the seal that it makes. But why would you want that? Well, it all depends on the size charge piping that you're using, because if you're road racing and stuff like that, maybe you want a smaller charge pipe to keep up the responsiveness a little bit. If you're drag racing and you want to get the maximum horsepower, bigger is better in that, reduce any type of restriction. So if you guys are out there, if you have any questions about how this type of product would work, please ask those questions now. All right. No questions yet. Okay, perfect. So, Boomba Racing, they are located in the Illinois Midwest. All made in America product, so you know it's going to be a quality product. Applications include a lot of the ones that you don't typically find. So EcoBoost applications, Hyundai Kia applications, but then also some of the more popular applications like Subaru STI and WRX. So please, when you guys get a chance, check out the website, and until then, we'll see you next time.